Mahashivratri. How many of you did Jagaram yesterday? I mean, how many of you are awake all through the night? Anyone?
No,
Use the
ma'am.
chat box, guys. No, Samata says no. Okay. No from Fatima too. Okay, chalo, good then. I was thinking if you all have done that and if you all have joined the session, it's a great thing to have you all. So a big thank you for joining us today for one more session on the series of nutrition awareness campaign that we are doing it. And this is the third session that we are going to do in the series of cancer management. So first week we spoke about the psychological aspects. The second week we spoke about the nutritional aspects. And this week we are going to talk about the holistic aspects. So before I jump into the topic, let me introduce the speaker of today. So we have Kavita Vinod here. So let's welcome the speaker of the day, Kavita Vinod. She's a holistic nutrition coach and has done her master's in foods and nutrition. She's based in Chennai and has 8+ years of experience. Her area of specialization is gut health and diabetes reversal, and her area of interest is cancer management. She's an integral part of eGlobal Doctors, a platform which has healthcare professionals in all areas coming together to give consultations online. She has done various paper presentations in various colleges. She believes that you must be the change that you wish to see in the world. Her motto is dreams don't just work unless you do them. So let's welcome Kavita, who has the philosophy, live the life, attracting happiness and good health. So can we have Kavita on to the stage?
Yeah, thank you, Jyothi ma'am, for the wonderful introduction.
So yeah, welcome Kavita. Okay, so let's quickly jump into the topic for today, guys. The holistic management of cancer. So what do you all think? What is holistic management? Please use the chat box, guys. This is going to be an interactive session. Use the chat box and let us know what is your understanding of holistic management. Can I hear a few responses? Anyone? Non-medical way, Samata says. Okay. Anyone else? What is holistic management of cancer? Any idea, any clue, any thought that comes in? It need not be right or wrong. What do you think is what your response is? No other responses? Okay, so let me clarify before we jump into the topic. Plant-based raw food. Okay, who says this? Shreya says plant-based raw food is what is holistic management is. Aruna Sitaram says it's all overall management. Thank you guys for the responses. Yeah. So the moment we hear about any cancer treatment, cancer, the word itself is so life-threatening. Okay, Hetal says food, exercise, lifestyle changes, and stress management. Maheshwari says curing the root cause non-medically. Okay, thank you guys for the responses. So the moment something is life-threatening, it creates a panic in our lives. It creates a chaos. It creates fear. It creates a lot of, okay, what is going to happen next kind of, the feeling. That is what is more dangerous than the actual disease. Guys, can you please mute the restaurant? This is some ambience noise. Yeah, thank you. So imagine what has happened in pandemic a couple of years back. There were so many deaths. Most of the deaths, they're not because of the actual disease or the infection. Most of the people have lost their lives because of the panic that they were in. Do you all agree with me? The same is the case with cancer. So why we say holistic management of cancer, let me put this disclaimer first before we discuss. This is not against medical treatment, any medical treatment. No. This is something is a complementary treatment which goes and gets along. We are not against any of the medical treatments. See, we have fabulous treatments like chemo, radiations, and surgeries. When we discussed all these things in the last 2 weeks, but it doesn't end there. The treatments do help people, but who's going to help with the side effects? Who's going to help with the everyday management of their own coping up system? That's where the holistic management comes, wherein we are going to detail few of the tools and techniques that a person can use to make their lives better. And when we say we make their lives better, what I'm going to talk all about is the quality of life. How are we living is what is all about the holistic approach that we are going to discuss today. I hope the topic is clear to you all now. Before I jump into the actual discussion, say yes, guys, if it is clear to you all. Yes, wonderful. So, Kavita, here goes the first question to you. We see a lot of cancer prevalence happening every day. The amount of number of cases that we are going to hear have changed in the past 5 years. The incidence has increasing day by day. So, if we really want to understand the reasons behind this prevalence, in your words, from your experience, what do you think is the root cause for all these happenings of the cancer incidents around?
Yes, Jyothi ma'am. So cancer, we already been hearing 2 series about the cancer in our team. Cancer maybe because of the various factors, risk factors, maybe the nutritional factors or lack of fruits and vegetables and so on. But apart from that, you need to know the root cause. That is a holistic cause, what it is. Okay, right? So here, one thing what we must know is our body is a mirror of our thoughts. Okay, every single thought and every single word that we speak, okay, that gives an effect on our body. Our body is constantly talking to us, only if we have time to listen to it. Okay, so the constant emotions and the constant talking of us, what happens is that is what build up our behavior and the posture. So this is about the each and every cell that is happening inside our body. Coming to the cause, that is the root cause. So the root cause is in a holistic way, we tell it as a deep resistance. Okay. So it might be a person might be deeply hurted, or he is holding any deep secret, or something that he or she is not able to cope up with and having deep rooted in the mind. That is where the deep resentment, the cancer starts. So what happens is the long-term resentment, the body, it will literally happen to eat up the whole body, the cancer cells. So each and every cell, that is where it play a major role. Okay, and sometimes in the childhood days, they might have a distrust between the others. What is that? These people, they will live a critical life, a series of disappointments. They have a life of hopeless or helpless situations. And what happens is that they come up with a habit of blaming others for each and every problem they face. Okay, so their life seems to be a bit critical, and relationship among the family and the friends will not be much smoother. Okay, so these are some of the root causes that can be that can trigger for the cancer cells.
Okay. So, guys, I hope you all have heard Kavita so well. So, cancer is happening means there is a change in the body. So, the change we see it at the cellular level. Okay, the number of cancer cells are increasing, but each and every human body has certain amount of cancer cells by default. We all have. And if the cells are increasing, we have to understand that the atmosphere inside the body arena has changed. And the reason for changing that is nothing other than our deep rooted emotions. So, emotions play a major role when we talk about the occurrence of cancer. And these emotional distress and emotional disorders have become so worrisome that they have ended up even in so many deadly diseases. And it's time to address them along with the medical treatment. So, having said that, Kavita, we keep hearing a lot of alternative treatment options these days, along with the allopathy treatment like aromatherapy, like music therapy, acupuncture. We have lots of therapies coming up, and along with that, do you think from your side, can you put up some holistic tools and techniques that you can actually think are helpful to people in cancer management?
Yes. Coming to holistic, the word holistic, most of you are quite aware what the holistic is. I was able to see in the chat box, you were able to give up what it is. So holistic is looking into the 360-degree angle of a particular person. So we as a holistic coach, we treat the person rather than treating the disease. Okay. So the main aspect is to look on the 7 areas of a particular person. And of course, there are holistic tools that play a marvelous role in our life. The game changer, I can say. So coming to the tools, we have very tools like gratitude, affirmations, manifestation, acceptance, forgiveness, and so on. So coming to a particular disorder or disease, we look into the lifestyle of that particular person and where to go and change in that particular area.
Okay, that was a quick answer. So that indicates that we have lots of easy tools and techniques. For that, we need a good amount of guidance, and we need a good amount of information, right information that need to be given in this area, because the internet is loaded with information. And it's not because people doesn't know things we have landed up in this situation, definitely not. It's because of the confusion created by the over availability of information. That's where we have all this disagreements and diseases happening. People are not at ease anymore, and for this, the only way to help people is by having the right information. And that's the sole reason for us to do all these awareness campaign sessions every week. This is only to educate people with the right information. So, having said that, let's discuss about one or two tools that you're talking about, Kavita. Like, can you explain in detail what are affirmations and how they can actually help people in disease management?
Affirmations play here a major role. So it is a positive emotion that you are creating for yourself. So when you come to the cancer patient, the state of their mind is totally devastated. So everything they face, the radiation they undergo, the other chemotherapies they undergo, all these are in a state of their devastating situation. So when coming to affirmations, what they must have the act of self-love, whatever the type of the cancer may be, the carcinoma, sarcoma, leukemia, or lymphoma, whatever it is. But they had to put in their state to a trust where they can able to overcome the disease. Okay. So here the main affirmation is the self-love. Self-love is the main thing. They had to accept the situation and they had to release their past, what they are holding on. Okay, they have to release it and give them the freeness and the willingness to overcome the disease and the disorder. So this is about the acceptance and I'm sorry, the affirmation. We have the other tool also, that is a gratitude. Gratitude is
1 second, we'll talk about gratitude a little while, Kavita.
yes.
Let me mute people. Yeah. So, can we have little more information on affirmations? How what people can do? Okay, this is going to help, but can you state some examples, or can you detail to people, to your general population, because they don't understand what this affirmation is all about? So, can you put some examples, quote some examples, and let them help understand and how they can practice this in their lives? Kavita, you're muted.
So affirmation is that something you put yourself saying a word. Rather, you can take a notebook and write stating the positive quotes about you that you are willing to accept yourself. You are willing to, that is every cell in our body is divine. So we need to listen to that. Changes what is happening in our body. Okay, the first thing is that, and write in a notebook, or you can stand in front of a mirror and say that I am willing to change. I wish to release all the past that I hold in myself. Okay, so these are the few points. That is, I am willing to live with a joy, and my life is filled with love and grace. So on. Whatever the positive thoughts or the positive emotions you are putting it into your words, or through your pen and the paper, it is what it is. And when you start affirming yourself in a positive way, you will see slowly the positive changes happening in you.
Okay. So, guys, so the thing is, there are a lot of things happening around us. The external, atmosphere around us, what people are doing, how things are arranged. We keep seeing everything what is happening around, and we are consciously aware of what is happening around. But when it comes to the human body, we utterly ignore what is happening inside our body. And we blankly say, okay, whatever happens inside, we cannot see it. You get to know only when some diagnostics is done. If that is the case, when we can see the external world, why can't we see the internal world is a question that we all have to pose to ourselves. Why I'm asking this question is there are trillions of cells inside our body, and each cell has a mechanism, right? And when we are talking about these emotions and how they are affecting the cellular level management inside body, and how the system proportion is changing from the healthy cells to the cancer cells, means internally there are a lot of changes that are happening. And when this is happening, one has to be consciously aware. Even you put up the point that affirmation, if you want to affirm like this is what is positivity and this is what I need to bring on into your body, even before saying that, we should be aware what is happening inside our body. For this, for all of us, it's very important to shift the focus inside. The inner consciousness is what we call. So I want you all to do, think about, see, brain is only 2% of our total body weight, but it consumes 20% of what we eat. Means what this brain is doing inside, it is consuming lot of energy only to create stress in the body. No, when there is a stress and the stress hormones are increased and we doesn't know how to manage them, that's what goes upside down. So it's very important to be consciously aware of what is happening inside. And for this, I want you all to try techniques like simply, yesterday I was listening to Sadhguru over the Shivratri divine discourse. This is the simple technique that he has given, and this is a simple technique even my master, Dr. Suresh Kumar, always keeps telling, just try to do this one small technique. Even if you don't do anything, even if you don't know any techniques and any mantras, fine. Silence can make wonders. Being quiet, being peaceful while you are being quiet is what can bring a lot of peace to the body. And while you are at that state, just simply close your eyes. Just simply close your eyes. You need not to do anything else. Just simply close your eyes. Don't resist yourself. You're getting any thoughts. It's very much fine. If you're thinking about something, if we are remembering people, if we are remembering incidents, it's very much fine. But what is important is please shut your eyes and sit quietly, observing your breath. When you do this consistently, at least for 20 minutes each and every single day, at least for 12 to 15 minutes, you will get to hear what is happening inside your body. And when you know that, when you're actually paying attention and being conscious about what is happening inside, all the trillions of cells that are there inside your body will start listening to you. and they start responding positively. And that is the state where affirmations will work for you. Okay, so this is what I just want to add on for the affirmations part, not only for cancer management, guys, be it any kind of disorder or disease that a person is having. If you really want to get out of it, superficial management of symptoms with drugs is what we all are doing. It is there since ages. And if it is helping people, we will not have this much of incidence of all these diseases at all. If the case is the other side around, it's time to think where we are and what else can be done along with the medical line of treatment, not against them. So we spoke a lot about affirmations and having inner consciousness. Along with that, uh, you're talking about gratitude. So can you detail us a bit more, Kavita, like how gratitude, the practicing gratitude can help oneself in disease management?
Yeah. This gratitude, according to many of us, is expressing our gratefulness to others by a simple word, thank you. Okay. To me, this gratitude was what to say, a game changer. Okay. So that is where I started writing gratitude. And when I was able to see a tremendous change in my life, it is not only in me alone, it is for every person. Okay. This is the basic beginning tool. Gratitude could be defined as a positive emotion, not only a simple word that's saying thank you, it is a positive emotions that you feel from the biological perspective. Okay. So this gratitude has to be expressed. Small lines, okay, whatever you feel for. And this importance of gratitude, what you can see is this gratitude gives you not only the positive feeling, but also it gives you a good relationship among your family and friends, improves your mental health, your physical health, lowers your stress, and so on. So coming to how to write the gratitude. So gratitude mostly, some people would love to open their mouth and say it aloud whom they want to express the gratitude for. So that is good. In some cases, they would love to write it in a piece of the paper. Okay, any 3 points or more than three, whatever the small things that they are gifted for. Coming to the cancer patient, you can express your gratitude like you have gone through the treatment I am grateful for. So the doctor has given me the best. I am able to swallow my words. I am able to come out of this therapy, that is chemo or radiation or whatever it is. So keep on writing whatever the thought comes to you. Okay, this can be done with a pen and a paper, or as I said, you can stand up or sit or whatever it is and express it to yourself, saying it aloud, or maybe you can have it as an exercise, sitting with your family, either in a lunchtime or a dinner time, sitting together, and each of you can express few words of gratitude to whom you are grateful to. So this gratitude is a major, not only to the cancer patients, but also to everyone.
Okay. So, guys, think about this one question. If someone comes and no says you thank you, suddenly you're not expecting, someone came and said thank you to you, how do you feel? Use the chat box. So if I come and say thank you for you all, I keep doing it at the beginning of the session. Thank you for joining us. Okay, this is a general thank you. If someone really comes to you and says thank you, how do you feel? Okay, Sirisha says she feels great. Do you feel happy or not? Feels nice, positive, feels so responsible. Okay, so means when someone pays us gratitude, gratitude is nothing but being thankful or being grateful to whatever we have. We feel happy, right? So how having a hope, this happiness always gives a positive hope, and being cheerful can change the scope of things around us. And that's what can change the state of a disease. Okay, so along with this gratitude, this is magical. Along with this, I also wanted to add one more technique that we can use it, which is we called imagination. There is a famous doctor called Dr. Bernisi. He did a lot of experiments on cancer patients. And one of the experiments is the stories that I'm going to share it with you all today. It's all based on imagination, the technique. No, he used to treat, he's a doctor and he used to treat a lot of cancer patients. And what he did was he used to tell all the cancer patients who used to come to them, like, you imagine that the cancer cells inside your body are the enemies in a war. And we all have natural killer cells in our body, which we call the WBC. And you imagine the natural killer cells in your body are the military force who are fighting against the enemy in the war. And when they repeatedly started imagining this, and with repeatedly started believing that the natural killer cells have won over the cancer cells, to their surprise, the cancer cells have decreased in number. And they all recovered from cancer. So this is what we call creative visualization. So when we visualize something, it actually becomes true because we truly believe in it. I can give you one more example of how simple changes you all can make in life with this imagination power, or with a simple tool of appreciation, how things can change health wise. There are two groups of people who are doing exercise every single day. So one group is given, you all have to do 60 minutes of exercise every day, so you reap the benefits. The other group is said, you just have to come, sit, look at them and appreciate them. You don't need to do the exercise. Do you all know what happened? Anyone? What might have happened to the first group and what might have happened to the second group? Respond, guys. Because if you respond, I believe that you all are learning. Do you get the question? Both are benefited. Okay. How both are benefited? Only one is doing, the other one is not doing. Samantha, come on quickly. How the other group is also benefited? You all heard about the story Alice in the Wonderland? Second group will be initiated to do watching them. Okay. See, the science says that definitely the group who's doing 60 minutes of exercise, they're definitely getting their benefit because they're hardworking. But people who simply sit, watch, and appreciate, appreciation is always a feeling of positivity. You are praising someone with a positivity, and universe is always filled with the principle of abundance. When we give positivity, we get back the same. When we criticize people, we get back the same. This is the basic principle in our nature. That's what helps the other person who's not doing exercise also. So how wonderful that is. You're all understanding what I'm saying? So it's nothing but our fate of free will. As Kavita said, gratitude. God has all given us a paper and pen. And we all believe in our fate rather. This is what my karma is and what I'm going through all these things. But remember, we all have a choice to write whatever you want using the same paper and pen and make your own fate. See, this is what we call, we all live in the observatory reality. Whatever we see through our eyes, whatever we observe around us, we always believe that this is what the truth for that particular person. What you see might not be the same for me. But there is something called a different world existing beyond what we see with our eyes. And in that world, we have unlimited possibilities to explore. So that's where the time comes for you being mindful, you being cheerful, you being, cautious, you being breathing well, you being smiling all the time. All the small things when we practice, that brings a greater change in the quality of life of a person. So it's simple. It's just changing our perception, just shifting our focus from the external world to yourself, on to you, rather than checking what the person next to you is doing, rather than hearing what the other person is telling you. You hear to your heart, you look inside, you shut your eyes, you see how your breathing pattern is. At least 10 minutes in a day, take time for yourself and see how your body is treating you. That's what brings on change using gratitude and creative visualization. I think I spoke a
Yeah,
lot.
Jyothi, ma'am. And one more thing, we be talking about the paper and a pen. So whether you're going to write your affirmations or gratitude, never be conscious that my handwriting must be neat or something like that, because you are going to put only your emotions in your paper. So never mind someone is going to take it up and read it or something like that. If you're going to put it and it is things that you are going to understand and write it. Okay. So don't be much conscious about the handwriting and the spelling mistakes and so on. Okay.
Yeah. The secret of gratitude journaling is like you don't need to show it to anyone. The world does need not need to know about it. If you have to say thank you to your enemy too, it's not necessary that we have to go to that person and say thank you, or you have to write it and give it to them to their hand. No, not required. When you do it from your end, when you do it in your end, at your end on the paper, it is still out of your subconscious mind onto the paper, means you're letting it out. When we let it out, you're clearing your consciousness. And when we clear the consciousness, we are building up more free space to keep the things that are really required for to live a healthy life. So that's where the ground basis of gratitude journaling comes. And this is a most powerful tool of among all the tools, is the most powerful tool. And I wish you all definitely learn more and start implementing this irrespective of your health status. It is going to improve from where you are now. Okay, so we have spoke about a lot of tools, Kavita. So from your personal experience while dealing the patients with cancer management, um, how was your experience while you implemented these tools on a particular patient? Can you share some incidents how these tools have changed the health outcome in the cancer sufferers or in the cancer survivors?
Yeah. So I am right now dealing with a cancer survivor. She is a survivor of oral cancer. Okay. And 2008, she was diagnosed with cancer, oral cancer. That was, she was in a state of, I said, devastating and shattered completely. So she went through surgery. After the surgery, she was not able to speak for 3 months. She went into intensive treatment, that is the chemo, the radiation, and so on. And what happened is after the surgery, her face was disfigured. Okay, she had the saliva secretion only on the right side, not on the left. Whatever, even like she wants to drink or eat something, she would have a plate underneath and then drink some water, which was overspilled in the plate. So when I came to hear her story, okay, I was as a coach, my role is to completely get her out of this. Okay, and she has been recovering. And what happened is, this November she was affected with COVID. The COVID has put her in a lot of trouble, and again she's back to some issues which were putting her down completely emotionally. I can say emotionally. So each and every day In the odd hours also, she used to call me up and she used to ask me, Kavita, this is happening and this is happening. I'm not able to do. The time whenever I start speaking to her is the moment I ask her, and the first word what I say is, don't get panic. Okay, simple tips, whatever it is, she's going to take a jeera water or some water, whatever it is. I tell her, don't panic, you are going to be all right. The first factor is a motivation factor should be from the coach side. So the expectation, once you say out the word that you are going to be fine, she says the next day, Kavita, I was feeling better after talking to you. I took this and I was feeling better. Okay. So the first factor which I started is the motivational factor, the motivational talk that you are going to give it to that particular client. The next is I asked her to write the gratitude. She has already written her experience in the book. Okay. The gratitude part, expressing her gratitude. Even though after a break, she started to write the gratitude part. Small gratitude, whomever she was grateful to, she started to write and maintain the book. Okay, and that was a very good, gave a very good positive change inside her, writing the gratitude each and every day. And then when I was talking about the affirmations, I started affirmations and I was sending her certain affirmations, how she has to do. She keeps writing it on, and now she is ready to go to UK, visit her doctor, and take care of her for the delivery. So she is in that state. Slowly, I brought her, and I was, like she was in a different state. The discomfort, what she feels while eating, the digestive issues and other problems. Okay, so slowly now she is much more confident. And one thing what I wanted to tell this is when I read her story, she has written a book and she has given it to me. So this is the book she has gifted. Okay, and she has written it also. One part, she has gone through many hardships. Okay, when reading her story, I came to know her spiritual health is at a high level. Her faith that she can come out. Okay, spiritual health is not only like we know we have a supreme power than us, but the supreme power is also within us. We had to take it out. Okay, so have to take it out. That supreme power. Believe in yourself that you will heal and you will come out of this fighting disease. Okay, so that supreme inside her was awakened, and she is able to do it along with a lot of motivations and what to say, support from her family and friends. So this is what story of my client. Okay.
Wonderful transformation. And for all these things, how much time it took, Kavita? Like on an average, like for this transformation?
As she was already in a part of gratitude writing, that didn't take much time for me. She had a gap in between and she restarted writing.
Wonderful.
So affirmations, but she was asking me, see, I am in this state, and how can you expect me to affirm this sentence that I am healing, that I can go and take care of my daughter for the delivery? How can, when my health is in this condition? How can I travel to UK? Okay, so all these silly, the question is valid from her point of view, but making her do it and come out of it and give her the confidence is what the coach's role is.
Yeah, it's so true. How many of you watch Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge? How many of you have watched that golden movie of our era, DDLJ? Did you all hear? Did you all watch that movie of Shah Rukh Khan and Kajal? Yes. So what does Shah Rukh Khan say in that movie? There are always two ways. One is a right way of going, one is a wrong way of going, but the wrong way may be quick and easily accessible, but the right way takes some time to reach, but ultimately you will find yourself into the success route. Similarly, in life, we all have two approaches. See, every person's life is filled with both positivity and negativity. No person ever lives only with positivity, neither with negativity. It's always a combination and balance of both the things. But when we are in a trouble, when we are in a state of distress, We always put ourselves in the blaming part and we call ourselves why it's only to me. And we are always engaged in listening to or remembering what has happened, how the pain has created, how the suffering has been. The focus is always on this side. But rather, if we can shift the focus and think what positivity that we need in life, that I am recovering, I'm healthier than today, I'm happier than today. This small shift of focus of thought is what brings on a bigger change in health. So, having said that, we have two questions also from Kavita. So, Samata is asking, ma'am, please talk on forgiveness as a tool. Kavita, you're muted.
Yeah. As I said, these cancer patients, the root cause is holding of the resentment. So deeply they might be hurt or any grief or any deep secrets, right? So that might be happened due to some person in their childhood days. A trust or a distrust happening between them, all these have built up. Okay, that could have led to this disease. When this has happened, there as I said, the root cause is this. They must be able to accept what they are in the present state and forgive this. Okay, that particular person. You have to let it go. That is, I am letting it out. I am forgiving that particular person who has been responsible, that I have been holding a resentment for a long time in my life, and that grief and distrust happened to me. So that forgiveness, I am forgiving that particular person in my life. Thereby saying this, you are releasing whatever you have held it for a long time. That releasing is done, as I said, through a pen and paper or letting out to your words that you speak aloud and you hear it. Okay, so this is one thing. I am just giving a short thing about the forgiveness. In detail, we have many that can be discussed later.
Okay, so wonderful. So there is a added question to from Heathal. She was asking how to forgive someone who's not sorry. So Heathal, I really want to put forward one important point here. When we are talking about these holistic tools and principles, and be it any change that we are anticipating, it's not about the other person. It's about we ourselves. If we are forgiving someone, we are not doing any favor to them. No, it's not about the other person at all. Here, the thing is because we hold on this negativity in our mind that they have done something wrong and they have treated me like this or they have said this about me or whatsoever be the situation a person might be in. These kind of memories they store in a subconscious mind over a period of time and they pile up, they pile up, they pile up, they pile up. Time keeps going and we tend to forget things. We keep moving on, but suddenly one day we do remember it. What does it mean? We have moved across and become routine in our lives, but that doesn't mean whatever resentment that you had, it's lost. So you are writing a forgiveness journal, you're forgiving the other person solely for your sake, because you want to remove the bitterness from your heart. It's nothing to do about the other person. We are working on ourselves. Thanks for the hearts. So wonderful. So there is one more very nice question from Heathal. Let me go back to the chat. Um, yeah. So when we have so many holistic tools that we need to follow, is there any sequence to follow these tools? Is a question.
Hetal, to tell you frankly, I didn't follow any sequence. From my part, okay, as I said, I started writing the gratitude journal. That is where I was able to feel 90% of change in my life. Okay, some people ask, okay, my clients, they used to ask, I don't know to write, I don't know to read or something like that. So as I said, you can say it aloud, okay? Whomever you want to be grateful or thankful. That is the one thing. Try it out, this gratitude journal, and let us know maybe later how do you feel. Okay. And acceptance. When you talk about the forgiveness, acceptance plays a most vital role. Once you accept only, you will be able to forgive that particular person. As you say, as Jyoti ma'am said, we are not looking to the other person. It is we, our health, our emotions. We want to get out of it. So for the betterment of our health and our emotions, we need to move on, forgive them. Whether they feel sorry or not, we must move on from this. That plays a vital role. Okay.
Yeah. And I have one more question related to the same. To all of you in the room today, if you want to move to your new home, what will you do? Samatha, I'm giving an example. This is the example. If you want to move to your new home, what is the first thing that you do? Use the chat box, guys, quickly. With this question, we'll wind up the session. If you want to shift to your new home, what will you do first? Thanks, Kamlam. I'll come to that word. Select the furniture, Anita says, okay. Then, once you select the furniture, guys, quickly, I'm gifting a new home to you all. Come on, quickly. Put your creative visualization and let me know what you all want. What do you want? Arrange, plan for everything. Okay. Pack up luggage and transfer. Declutter, decorate with new things. Puja. Pick on good objects and leave the unwanted stuff. Remove the unwanted things. Wonderful. So we already have a lot of stuff in our home, right? And when we want to shift to a new home, the first thing that comes to my mind is I want to take only the things that I need, not everything. Right? And the second thing is the house has to be clean first. If the house is full of dust and dirt, will we take our new furniture and put it there? No, right? We first clean the house. You all agree? We clean, in fact, multiple times to make it livable. Similarly, when it comes to emotions, there is a sequence definitely. First, we need to declutter. Thanks to Kamlam, she has given that word. She's part of our Live Light and Feel Light program, and she's our annual member. So I respect your learning. So when we decluttering can be done with the tools of acceptance and forgiveness. Repeatedly when we do this, we remove the negativity and negative emotions and the piled up emotions and the resentment that were there in our body. Why? When we keep on doing it multiple times, they slowly get erased from the subconscious mind. And while that happens, what we are doing it, we are creating a space. We are creating a good space, like in the new home, to decorate your new home with all the new furniture. You have good space in your mind and in your heart to fill up with the positivity and the much needed things. That's where comes the gratitude, being grateful for what you have. Once you reach that place, then you start affirming and creatively visualizing what you want because you're ready then. I hope I answered you all with a good example, and I hope you all have taken this. There's a question from Samatha again. Kavita, would you like to answer this? Ma'am, how acceptance comes first before forgiveness?
So you are in a situation, right? We are talking about the cancer. When the acceptance in this term means that you must be ready when a doctor says that particular patient is diagnosed with a cancer, you must be in a state able to accept that. Okay, accept and give your full energy for fighting the disease and overcoming the disease. That's an example, the cancer wise. Okay, and then you must forgive yourself. I was responsible. My thoughts and emotions made myself to get what to say that has been eaten up because of the cancer. So I was responsible for all this. First, I need to forgive myself, and then the thoughts and the feelings of myself, and that particular incident that has happened in my life because of that particular person I was holding on for a long time. All these connect twice.
Absolutely.
Hope you understand.
Yeah. See, unless otherwise we accept any situation, the first thing is okay, we have to own it. If you have a own, if you have a home, we have to own it first, then only we decorate. Or if we have something precious, we have to own it so that we can wear it. Right? Without owning anything, without accepting, how can we work on it? Be it dealing with a disease or being it building up the health. First of all, we have to accept where are we at right now at the present moment. Then accept, okay, this is what. Thank you. I'm here. Maybe this is a life lesson to me. I'm learning out of this. Maybe this experience will make me better. This is what is called acceptance. Why I am in the state, why only me the sufferer. These whys are never answered by anyone. But rather when we accept and take it as a challenge, see, when life goes smoothly without any hurdles, the same, you wake up at the same time, go to office, come back, eat and sleep. After 2 months, you get bored and be into depression. We need challenges to keep ourselves motivated, to keep ourselves activate. Challenges are much needed. If there is no brake in your cars and two wheelers, what will you do with the acceleration? Is there any value to the speed? Similarly, challenges are must, and we all have. That's what helps us to learn and move ahead and become a much better person than where we are. So acceptance comes first, then only we can work on anything else. So Nasreen says, my heart is becoming very light after listening to your words. Thank you, Nasreen. Stuck there, immobile, and so I have to accept and move forward. Okay, Samatha says, wonderful session, Jyothi ma'am and Kavita ma'am. Grateful to you all. Thank you. So if we do not have any more questions, that's all we have on this discussion today, the holistic approach of managing cancer. Again, I want to highlight this point that this is not against any medical line of treatment. This has to go in par with whatever treatment that is going on. And these techniques and tools, not only for a cancer patient, they are going to uplift and enlighten each and every person who implement them in life and helps them to stay happy and healthy always. So with this, thank you, Kavita, for having with us today. That's a wonderful insight from you. And
Thank you, Jyothi ma'am. Yeah, and moreover, be kind, grateful, and thankful to yourself. One must feel that because we are pushing ourselves each day to get away from the circumstances. Okay, so we must be first grateful and thankful to ourselves and accept yourself. Okay.
Yeah, ending on this good note, guys, be thankful and grateful for where you are today. I'm here able to talk, sit in front of you. I'm so thankful to myself that I'm able to do this. With this note, we will end the series on cancer management. We'll see you all with the interesting topic next week. Stay tuned and have a happy Sunday. Bye bye.